Before I begin, I would like to thank all of you for coming out today and being a part of this celebration. For without you, I definitely would not be where I am today. I wish I could thank everyone who helped me on my trail to Eagle individually, but if I did, we'd be here forever. For those of you who worked on the Pope Pius XII Award with me, you have already heard the story. I initially was never interested in scouting until I was 8 years old. When I was in second grade, I received a flyer for Cub Scouts. But this was no ordinary flyer. On the flyer was a picture of a Boy Scout scuba diving. Oh man, 8-year-old me got super excited. I always wanted to go scuba diving, and according to this picture on the flyer for Cub Scouts, all I had to do to scuba dive was join Cub Scouts. Boy, was I excited. I remember bringing the flyer home back to my mom and trying to be, super calm and cool, because obviously as 8-year-old logic goes, if I'm super excited to join a club like Cub Scouts, my mom would shoot the idea down instantly. So I said, hey Mom, there's this thing, it's called Cub Scouts or something like that. Can I join? To which my mother said something to the effect of, yeah, sure. Which to an 8-year-old is a binding legal contract. Oh, I could already imagine how my breath would sound like underwater. A couple of Cub Scout meetings later, I soon learned that Cub Scouts was not a scuba diving program. I was too busy. I was too occupied with the variety of activities that Cub Scouts had to offer. From rubber band gun station at the Cub Scout day camp to the Cubby movies at Blue and Gold, Cub Scouts offered just about everything. And den leaders Miss Strzok and Miss Hamill led the way. I also made a lot of friends in my den, including Ryan Hamill, Roger Jackson III, and Daniel Strzok. Who could forget our awesome den chief, Jimmy Taylor? Without that leadership and companionship that came with Cub Scouts, I would not have been motivated to continue on with Boy Scouts. The Cub Scout crossover ceremony was rough for me. I received the highest award of Cub Scouting, the Arrow of Light, and I thought that I had reached my limit. I was convinced that there was nothing that Boy Scouts had to offer that Cub Scouts didn't already have. And with that mentality, I stepped over the bridge into Boy Scouts. To my surprise, Boy Scouts was even more fun than Cub Scouts. I was in an exciting new patrol with a whole bunch of my buddies. I remember one of our first meetings was held here in the Cornerstone. And near the end of the meeting, all of us went up those stairs to the top room to pick out the name for our new patrol. After looking at all the possibilities, we nearly unanimously picked the Flaming Arrows, all but Daniel Straka, who was adamant on naming us the Pedro Patrol. It was then that the Brotherhood of the Flaming Arrows was born, together with Roger, Ryan, and Daniel from my own old den, along with John Capitan, Nick England, Jim Foster, and many others from the other den who have since left. A couple of years later, we also welcomed Matt Kresich into the Flaming Arrows, who back then was just a quiet homeschool kid. Right now, he is still a quiet homeschool kid with an Eagle Scout. Middle school ended and high school began, and my Flaming Arrow brothers and I continued to earn merit badges and work on our rank advancements. And then I got the opportunity that I had long awaited for since second grade, a chance to scuba dive. Finally, after 7 years of waiting, I could do what I wanted to do in second grade during freshman year of high school. And although I was excited at first, after actually scuba diving, I realized that it just wasn't for me. You'd think I'd be upset that the one reason why I joined scouting wasn't as fun as I thought it'd be. But those 7 years has taught me that the picture of scuba diving on that flyer was just a facade. A facade that opened up to the endless possibilities of scouting. Scouting is a great opportunity a kid has to try new things. And although scuba diving wasn't particularly interesting for me, I've tried many other things that I have found interesting, including cinematography, smallboat sailing, horsemanship, and rifle and shotgun shooting. The first Eagle Scout Court of Honor that I remember attending was my Flaming Arrow buddy Roger Jackson III's. Although I enjoyed the entire ceremony, there was one line that really caught my attention, and I made sure to include it in my own ceremony. A ship in the harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are for. We Scouts are like that ship. We have been given an opportunity to do great things with scouting. However, if we never do anything with this opportunity, then what good is scouting? If this is the case, scouting would just be like that ship in the harbor. Safe, but useless. Much like that Cub Scout crossover many nights ago, I once again stand on a metaphorical bridge between scouting and the future. Except this time, I have a different mentality. This time I understand that this award is not the end of a journey, but rather a beginning. From this badge, I can look backwards and see all the great memories and experiences that I've had. But I can also look to the future and see all the great things that I could become. This should be the goal of every Boy Scout, to stand on this bridge and look out into the future. And although the view is nice, however, this bridge is not the final destination. Just like a harbor is not the final destination of a ship. It is merely a jumping off point. What good is it looking at the future if you won't do anything to achieve it? But before I jump off this bridge, I would like to recognize two men who have led me on this Eagle path. First, this man has always been there for me along the Eagle Trail and has almost been like a second father to me. He's always given me helpful advice, and without him, there is no doubt in my mind that I would not be on this bridge. For his constant guidance, I would like to bestow my Eagle Scout mentor pin to Mr. Paul Dasuski. And although he's not here at the moment, I would also like to bestow a second Eagle Scout mentor pin to a man who has guided not only me, but the rest of the Flaming Arrows and the troop, Scoutmaster Mr. Roger Jackman Jr. Finally, for all of you who have not eagled yet, I have some advice for you. First, continue to be interested in Scouts. This is a great opportunity. Where else can you build fires, learn how to apply a tourniquet, and of course, scuba dive? Although the scheduling might be difficult, the skills that you'll learn in scouting are invaluable. Second, once you have these skills, don't be afraid to use them. As the old cliche goes, with great power comes great responsibility. You must realize the message of the ship. Although staying in your comfort zone is comfortable, that's not what a scout is supposed to do. Third and finally, don't procrastinate. Although it may not seem like it, time is short. Make it your goal to get on this bridge between scouting and the future. Trust me, the view is nice. Thank you.